into Aldi. This is something my friend Deborah, who was on my live last night talking to me in the chat, gave me a long time ago. It's an alpaca, and look, it holds my buggy quarter, and so I keep it here on a hair tie, so when I go in I just put it on my wrist, and I have my quarter with me at all times. And it's also adorable. So I'm sitting in line at Taco Bell waiting to order, and this is why I always have crochet. And I started my tile, which is actually last week, week 19, or tile 19. There's all my bits and bobs. Hello friends, and happy Vlogmas day 12. My name is Kim, and welcome to my kitchen. We are sitting here because the light's pretty good, and it's already 3:30 in the afternoon. But it was grocery buying day, and it was very peoply out. And I didn't get to leave till late because the oldest now has a fever, and bless his heart, the only thing he feels like doing is laying in bed, which is really not that child at all. He's like very active, and he would go outside and help do chores, and he's just not having anything. But he does have an appetite, and he does not have COVID, so very grateful for that. And I'm just hoping his fever kind of stays down throughout the night. So in other holiday news, make sure you make it out to your local Aldi's, like ASAP, if you are a lover of all things peppermint, because they have all things peppermint. Today I got peppermint creamer, peppermint donuts, peppermint chocolate covered pretzels, peppermint chocolate covered popcorn, peppermint ice cream little cookies, and it seems like I'm forgetting something. There was something else, I can assure you, but there was all kind of peppermint things, and my little heart was so delighted. Let's look at Advent, starting off with David's tea. I've not tried the the sweet potato pie hot tea yet, because it is kind of scary. Like, I don't know why. I love pumpkin spice everything, but I'm not sure about sweet potato tea. Okay. So today's David's tea is Caribbean Crush. Caribbean Crush. Apples, pineapples, papaya, hibiscus cranberries, strawberry cream flavoring. For the jelly calendar, Thinking of You is today's little tidbits. And today's spread is cherry elderflower. I don't know if y'all noticed the Santa and Mrs. Santa here. Look how adorable. I don't think they have batteries in them. So, when this thing originally came out, Santa would snore and his belly would go up and down, and Mrs. Claus moves her hands, but now all it does is make snoring noises, which is kind of sad. But this is just adorable. And this actually was marketed by Walmart stores. And I think I looked it up and it was like in the early 80s. I love Mrs. Claus with yarn ball and her little knitting needles. She's got little glasses on. Her little bonnet, and I love the couch. It's such a cute piece. So now we're going to do our coffee wars and see who's winning today's coffee off, and then we'll get into the yarn, because I want to show you the yarn I picked out for tile number 19, and I'll show you what that's going to look like. So, day 12. I feel feel like I've already had this one. It's another sugar cookie. Maybe it was, I think sugar cookie dough is what I had previously. I'll have to look back at my notes. But sugar cookie is for a... And then for the Keurig, 24 cups of cheer. These are still actual regular price at Walmart because I checked today because I was going to pick up another Great Value one if they were more down. But they were not yet. Oh, look. It actually did a Christmas flavor. Cinnamon streusel coffee cake. But I'm going to probably go with a cinnamon streusel coffee cake just because of the cinnamon, and I love cinnamon. Although I do love some cookies, so I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. Probably going to be cinnamon streusel. Because who doesn't love cinnamon streusel? Let's look at Jenny Bean's craftvent, and then we'll move to the Molly and the Emma's. And then we're going to talk about the tile of the week, because I'm a week behind. I did cast on the next ornament set, which is actually a pair of mittens. But as of right now, I've only cast on one mitten. Oh, this is really nice. I was actually going to order one of these, so I'm glad I didn't. But in day 12 box, we have one of the Deli Q little snip pouches and a pair of snip scissors. And these are pretty awesome because you can put them in here. And then this closes. And you can clip it to one of your Deli Q Maker's bags. And I have the saddle bag, I have the backpack, and I have the tote of this canvas collection. In the older collection, I have several other bags. I used to have reviews up on my channel, but they got lost and taken away when YouTube deleted the previous channel. But all of the current canvas makers bags, I have reviews up on my channel up under the product reviews playlist, as well as a couple of their buddy cases, which I don't have any of those with me right now. But this is part of that collection, and it has a wax canvas all in the back and on the front. And then right here is a leather. This is actual leather. The strap that cuts around is leather. I love the brush metal on the easy to open clip, and I love the brush metal on the button. It has the lotus. And I like the black scissors. They're very nice. I bet they'll scratch easy though. I hope not. It's very nice. But I do like this so that way your scissors will not poke through your bag and get lost in there. And the little note says, look for more Deli Q products on our website. And I'll actually link all those because, again, I'm an affiliate and I'll be more than grateful if you were to shop my link. So we have this turquoisey. Well, that matches the little green spots in there perfectly. It's very pretty. So there's lots of yellows, and there's some pinks and darker pinks and spots that kind of have a very similar green color as the wrapper was. But I do like that one. It's also looking kind of sad in there, friends. Very, very sad. So day 12 is a cute little snow scene with a house. Now this one's really pretty. I really like the subtle, simple colors in that. It's like yellows. It's almost like I'm losing my daylight. it's not as noticeably yellow. It's more of a dark mustard color, like right there. And there is some browns, but it's a very pretty color. I really like this. It's very like delicate, sweet color. So if you're new to my channel, this is the last year's Emma yarn and the last year's Molly's advent calendar. You can go back and watch day 1 advent, and I can't talk about that, and that link will be right there. But now that I'm done opening all my advents, I do want to show you my current work in progress. And I started the next tile from the 100 Crochet Tiles book. This is the crochet along that Mentha Makes Sam is leading with her fella, Mike. And each week on Thursday, the official hashtag is Tile of the Week Thursday. And each week on Thursday, they put up a video post showing off their tiles they made. I joined a little late in the game. I joined on tile 17, and I'm just now doing tile 19, but this week I think is tile 20. So I really need to get caught up, or I'm just going to be behind the whole time. And there's like 100 tiles to make, and that just sounds horrible to be behind for 100 tiles. But the tile this week is this pretty thing here, and this tile is called Aphrodite, and it's very kind of dainty looking. It reminds me of like some kind of almost like a vintage floral. It's very pretty. There. Okay. And I think they're doing Daisy Girl this week. So let me show you the yarn that I picked out. So for the center, I actually just grabbed this, and this is the same color that I used on tile 17, but it was close by, so that's what I'm going to start off with my center. It's Wonderland Yarns Cheshire Cat Fingering Weight. It's part of a color pack called Cats in the Coffee, and this is the brown color from the pack. And I had made this really pretty scarf with it, and I will post a photo here so you can see that because it is stunning. And the designer of that is actually a local Alabamian who is one of the sweetest people you'll ever meet. And then for the rest of that, I'm literally just pulling scraps for this thing because I think it's, number one, it's fun to use scraps and to challenge yourself to use every little bit of your yarn that you can. And number two, it reduces waste. So this is, and when I say scraps, you're going to be surprised. So this is one of the colors I'm going to be using. Let me round up my itty bitty little ball that has come unwound. Okay, this is not even a lot to see, but it's like a lavender purple. It's so little. So that's probably going to have to be row 2. So I can have enough to do it. So it's going to be that and then that, but it's a good enough contrast that I think it'll work. And then row 3, I was thinking about doing, because this is the next smallest size, ball. There's actually 4 colors. Would be this darker purple. It's actually like a purplish gray, and next to this it looks definitely a lot darker, but if it gets too light, I'm going to put this in beside that. So it looks like that. And this is some leftover Paris Night in the Dos Trias. I think that's how you say it. It is actually, I think, a sport weight. But it's going to be fine. It's my answer to everything. It's fine. It's fine. But if I'm hoping to use this little bit of scraps. And these were actually some minis, I think from Leading Man of Fiber Arts. And I had actually used the yarn in these in a gnome. And then my other little colors I'm going to try to pull in is this green. I don't know, I may not use it. It might be too much of, I don't know, we'll see. And it's Lorna's Laces. And this is left over from a green hat that I had shown before on my channel. And it has the pink folded under peekaboo brim. It's called the Peanut Butter and Jelly Hat, but I'll link the pattern down below. But this is the colorway Cedar. And it is a fingering weight yarn. And then the last color I'm hoping to use with this square is some of my Harry Potter Club from Homespun House, who is Molly, who is in Berlin. I talked about her last night on my live. And this is called the Slug Club colorway. But it's a off-white with some little specks of colors in there. And this is all I have left because this was part of a massive shawl that I did designed by Romy Hill. And it's just gorgeous. But I'm hoping between these colors that it looks fantabulous. I may even just try to use these 4. I may actually start over. I don't know though. I don't know. We shall see how that turns out. But that's going to be an interesting little make. And as soon as I get done with that one, I'm going to try to go ahead and get the next tile on the hook to get it done so I can play catch up to Sam and Mike. And everyone else who's doing this, because there's several channels participating in this make-along. But I will definitely put the hashtag down below, and you can just click on that, and it will show you every post that has used that hashtag in their videos, so you can check them out. I did print off the pattern for my Emma's Yarn project, and I have to dig out needles, and I may cast that on just because, and I may not because I already have a lot of whips going on, but I'm really trying to not let that bother me. That's going to be one of my things I'm going to focus on in 2023 is letting go of my need to micromanage my world and just trying to live in the moment and work on what I want to work on when I want to work on it. And if things get done in a timely manner, so be it. But if they don't, then there's not going to be knitting or crochet police coming after me. And I just need to let it go. But I would love for you to tell me in the comments below what is your goal and what are you going to really try to focus on in your craft life for 2023. Because I think it's fun to kind of see what everybody is focusing on. But I did go through and remove some of my whips from my Ravelry project page, and those are things that I'm going to be frogging and taking apart because I have no joy in them, and so there's no point of making them if there's no joy in them. And so we are going to come together one day soon, and we're going to go through all my project bags that have yarn in them, because some of them I don't even have on Ravelry, and I'm going to have to make a decision to frog it or to put it up there as an existing project and work on it and get it done. And if not, it's okay to let it go. So this just arrived, and literally that is how it arrived. I can't even make this up. It looks like some of my Cotton King Sutton suffered an injury because there's some broken threads. I did kind of do a rough count. All my skeins are there. I don't know how, but apparently I think this happened at our house because it was crammed in our mailbox. We have a decent sized mailbox, but not big enough to hold this. So that was bad USPS postal service behavior, which doesn't surprise me, but I think that's the only one that suffered damage. But we'll do an unbagging of this coming up soon.